me stone cold.
Right. Are you going to look at me?
So
I'm
getting rid of my dinner.
I thought you were hanging your head in shame there.
Never.
What or why or that's how I'm going to start this one. Next question, aye.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, does anyone that bought one of these work with common sense?
Probably not.
No, I think there was thinking behind all of this before COVID came and struck. There was genuinely a plan, an idea. Neither the idea worked, nor the plan, nor even the concept that was behind both of them. Actually, not one thing came to fruition. Not even where the idea came from worked for us. We had been invited to Guy Martin's world's fastest tractor event, and not even that worked out for us. Nothing worked. It was pulled forward, and you and the team were due to come out and meet us that, but with pulling it forward, flights were all going to be missed. I was already over there. I had the gear with me, but I had no idea. And basically, we're doing a bit more with JCB. We had been talking about getting our hands on a modern 4220, which was the range topping tractor. And we had the idea, right, we're going to get our hands on a 4220 for a period of time. We're going to get it up against the 185 to really show how far we believed JCB had came from this first tractor. So we needed a 185/65. That's the why answered.
Okay. So where did it come from?
Originally, she's back on her original plate, I do believe. So she served a good bit of her time around the UK somewhere. She then came over to deep south Ireland. As you can see, she's got her Cork plate on her. I think we actually have her original plate to put back onto her, but we haven't done that yet. She came from Skibbereen, which is like, people think Cork, they think when they reach Cork City, they're there.
That's the bottom of Ireland.
Yes, but Skibbereen is like far, not as far as the crow flies, but as awkward. Yeah, she really came from the bottom end of nowhere.
Lorry men don't like to hear Skibbereen.
No, we just happened to be in the situation where Der O'Mahony, the true hero, lives down there. And he brought it into country that we do know. That's pretty much how that worked. But yeah. Next question.
Yeah, you said things didn't go to plan. How or why did it not go to plan?
I think when we went for a test run in the tractor, the roads weren't even big enough to get the thing opened up, see its true potential. And when it came here, we noticed that there was a little bit of slipping in the, I'm going to call it the high-lower, the tortoise and the rabbit, the splitter. And only in the rabbit, the tortoise was fine. And to be honest, when you were taking it for a bit of a drive, it would go in nicely when it was cold and things like that. And we realised once we got it here and tried it on a couple of loads, like I think you had the Thompson dumper away on it, we realised that we had an issue.
Yeah, there was wear on there.
The issue was a big issue. We knew that the shaft going up for the four-wheel drive was disconnected. We thought it was all simple fix. But when we took the gearbox out, which is not simple in one of them, not simple in one of them, we had confidence because we had a JCB specialist who we'd worked with the Hydromac digger. He knew his way around these, he'd served his time on them. So Andrew Armstrong basically was like, get the gearbox out, you guys like a challenge. But what he really was saying was, I'll work on the gearbox, but you can take it out. We were silly and laughed. No problem. Ring all one. Yep, no problem. Big job taking the gearbox out. It's not normal, the size of that thing.
No, but it's like 3 gearboxes stitched together. That's the problem.
It is. But now it came out, I'm just going to be brutally honest, £5,000 a bits.
Aye.
£5,000 sterling a bits into it, all back up in, and now we've got a tractor that's driving, functioning, pulling right, clutch, new flywheel. You need 2 legs to press the clutch, but look, that's what they were, it's what they are.
Aye. Some of them parts were related to a PTO problem too.
Yes, the PTO problem is sorted, except the electrics aren't sorted around the PTO problem at this stage. And I don't know whether yourself or Stevie Budd or Alan, the plan is we get you boys maybe together, a bit of room around it, we'll maybe attack that problem. So we couldn't even really dyno the tractor to see where we're at with her. Having said that, there's a real cool thing about it. It's old school cool. And we don't want to just buy everything that's stone original or #1 in every collector's item.
But they're not easy to come across.
Extremely rare. And we knew, I mean, you're going out to buy a 1996, that's what that means, a 96 tractor, early stages of them, a completely new concept that JCB were bringing to the market. It's not going to be straightforward. And we knew that these are considered not a tractor. I'm not running them down, but they were considered not a great tractor, not brilliant at gripping and the field work. They were designed, they were said for one job and one job only. They were good at moving stuff. You said that the wee bit of work you got to do with her before she calved, that she felt really good on the road.
They are planted on the road. Like I drove a 145 a lot, and they are, for haulage, they are the job. Like,
so we had that. We actually had organised a nice set of tyres, and the idea was to have it alongside the 4220 and maybe do a few wee jobs and see how the difference of the tractor is. But COVID hit, JCB's plans had to change, our plans had to change. In hindsight, it was a blessing because this was not ready. And maybe by next spring or so, this will be ready. And hopefully, we don't know where we're going to be, but hopefully we're looking at a situation where there's people vaccinated or the COVID-19 is not the same threat or the same problem. And we maybe look at getting that 4220 stage 5 maybe from JCB for a few weeks, and literally love to have a bit of fun with the two. and really see, one, how far along they have came in their 4.220s and how bad this really is. But there's a lovely side to it. It's got a big Cummins engine in there.
Yeah.
That's the beauty, in my opinion, about this particular 185/65. You've got the Cummins engine. Most of the smaller of the ranges goes back to your Perkins engine. This Cummins, it sounds beautiful. Of course, we'd love to see a nice pipe there, maybe back the way and up the side. I'm not saying that's what we'd like to see. A few wee touches that we took off the 630 Chrome that we had whenever she went back. We just
Recycled it a bit.
recycled them into this tractor. It's not a tractor that I had planned, certainly. I think Gary just has refused to accept it as part of the fleet. If I'm honest.
I drove one of these years ago. That's all I'm saying.
So we're sticking with the old school. It's cool. We're not necessarily going to rush this one off to the paint shop and do all the bits and bobs. The way we try to do the 47 with the ultimate aim for the big mass, or the ultimate aim for the likes of the 820 Fint that's came along and the wee Dutz. This is one that, yeah, anything could happen in this tractor.
She's more of a tractor for...
That's the word,
yeah.
tractor, to
Yeah.
see if we can have a bit of fun, a bit of crack with it. But
yeah.
first things first, we have to get her mechanically right. We have to get the hitch, have to get the linkage unseized. We have to... Obviously, she wasn't much use without a gearbox and not able to drive without slipping, and can't switch on and off a PTO. She doesn't start very good.
But when she goes, she goes.
She's flat, she's loads of power.
Oh, oceans of power.
And fast.
Yeah.
I actually, honestly,
Speed's king.
this is the thing, right? This is the thing. If we had the 4220 back that we had this year from McLean's that you fell in love with, and we set a challenge, this was what we wanted to do, and we set a challenge purely for road transport, and I went in this and you went in that, you might be comfortable and fresh when you get out, but I reckon I'll get home quicker.
Yeah, you will. And she'll walk away up the hills because there's like zero power losses through them things at all.
And I think just faster.
She will be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will be. Yeah.
So, that's the plan, as you say, cracked her. That is the way they put it. Northern Irish slang, crack, bit of fun, tour. Well, she sounds lovely, feels very comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, for the age of tractor that she is, she's extremely comfortable.
Not even for the age of it, it's still comfortable. You know? Like,
Yeah,
but
good baby.